So I got a lot of feedback on one of my videos. Well, the one I posted yesterday at the time of this recording. You'll get this video several days after I record it. That suggested that I should continue to just do YouTube videos while I'm doing my chores. So of course, some days I got more chores than others. Today I was busy collecting news articles for my new channel. And of course, I'll put a link to that channel at the end of this channel. Go check it out. I'd appreciate it. That channel is really doing well. I'm really proud of it. But so today I thought I'd just come down here and talk to you a little bit while I feed the chickens some corn, let them out of their coop for a little while. I think a lot of folks like watching these chickens. I don't think a lot of people actually understood that you can train chickens. And they've really become trained. I mean, it's just incredible how well they're doing. They're recognizing when they're supposed to go back in now. I can call them back into the cage. But if I get up on the top side of this hill and I say, okay, go get in your house, they'll go back into their house. I thought they'd want some corn, but it doesn't look like it. I'll throw some corn down. Maybe they'll eat it. Let's go see if there's any eggs in the nesting box. I find this funny. I've had a chicken. I've built a chicken coop just like this in the past. Just like it, except it was out of vinyl siding instead of metal. And this has got, what, I think 4 or 5 nesting boxes. But they will not use any nesting box but one. Okay, so I do have some eggs here. You'll see the colored eggs. There's ceramic eggs and then there's cleaner eggs, you'll see, I think. Got 3. So this one's blue depending on the light. Sometimes it looks white, but it's blue. So we got 3 eggs so far today. Got to be careful because they freeze up so fast. Actually, I need to check their water while I'm out here. I forgot, I meant to bring water down, I just forgot. So I'll take the eggs up, get those put away. It's taken some time to train the chickens, but you gotta be consistent. And one of the things I noticed with Carolyn and myself, we were training them differently. Carolyn would come down here and rake the leaves, and she would let them kind of go everywhere, which was fine. I mean, that's the way she wanted to do it. And then I would come out, and I would want them to keep in one little spot. So we had different patterns and it was confusing them. So we got on the same page and it finally worked out. Okay, through the magic of YouTube, I was able to get some water, put the eggs away. I have been having last few days been having a difficult time remembering to change out their water. It's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do that. I was getting really good at it. I probably should. Okay, see, they think I have food, so they're coming down to get some. But I brought the water instead. So what I'll do, I got some food up here. I'll go up and get it. Maybe they're wanting to go in. I don't really want to put them away yet. Well, that's what I'll do. I'll just, okay, so I know I'm confusing you. I've started 3 sentences and stopped. What happened was I had the water container in my hand, and they thought that was Carolyn's mush food. And so that's what we've been using, is the mush to attract them back into there. Well, I don't want to trick them. I don't want to put the water in there. They all follow me in there and I don't give them any mesh. So I'll wait until I'm ready to put them away. Then I'll go up and get the mesh and then I come back down. So I'm just going to leave the water here until I'm ready to put them away. But you can see they're eating the corn. I'll throw out some more corn. I just use the corn. They're not a big fan of the corn. They'll eat it over their regular food. They don't like the sound of that bag. There's Rue. The white one's Frenchie, so they're standing side by side now. They all should be starting to produce eggs here pretty soon. The days are getting long enough now that I would think by mid-February So half a month, they'll be all producing. That'll be great. That'll pretty much eliminate our food needs. We won't have to go shopping forever. So, like I was saying, a lot of people said that I should just make videos while I'm doing my chores, talk about whatever's on my mind. And I try to actually keep it relevant to the conversation, maybe in the comment section or something. Somebody said they really liked my videos because I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. Well, I've never even considered keeping up with the Joneses in my life. I just don't have the ability, never had the ability. I've always been in debt. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and cry a sob story that I've always been poor, but I have. It's just, I've got an education, and I've worked some pretty amazing jobs. You know, I was a manager of a sheltered workshop. I've owned my own company, but it just seems like there's always that one little step where I'm not Elon Musk. I mean, Elon Musk is, I think, just a couple years younger than me. He's got an engineering degree. He doesn't even consider himself a businessman. And so I've just never ever been, I guess what it is there was always that fear of spending money. It's like this channel. People have suggested that I should spend money to build this channel up. I need to build something. I need to do something. I need to spend money to build this channel up. And I'm just not willing to risk money I already have to invest in something that may or may not work. For like this channel, for example, people said, oh, I came and subscribed to your channel when you were building a tiny house. And that's why people want to watch. Well, a couple things to that. One, this is an off-grid channel, not a building channel. I'm not a professional builder. And while I was building this house, a lot of people said I was dangerous and irresponsible for showing what I was doing because I'm not a professional. And that may be true. What I'm trying to inspire is people do things on their own. But secondly, while I was building the tiny house is when I was losing the most subscribers. Right now, it has kind of stagnated. I've been stuck at 49,000 forever. But when I started building the house, there was a dramatic drop. See, I don't want them getting too far over here because what happens is they get into these weeds and then I can't find them. One of them was hidden. I looked and looked and looked and looked, couldn't find her anyway. Finally, I heard her and she was in these weeds. So I don't want them getting too far over here because then they'll just go hide. Get back over there. This is Two-Face. She's making noise. So getting back to keeping up with the Joneses, I don't think the Joneses actually are that inspiring to me. Maybe because I've just never decided to take the leap and see if I could be a millionaire or go broke. I just never decided to take that leap. And so I've always just kind of enjoyed life. I worked hard, got my debt paid off, and that's the key, is you got to get your debt paid off. Once you get your debt paid off, life is free. There is no Joneses after that. Once you realize the significance of being debt free. And honestly, it just wasn't that hard for me. And I know somebody's going to complain, oh, you just, you're they're going to say something that says that I had some advantage, that I had an advantage over them. And I can't even imagine how anybody could say I had an advantage financially. I will say that I probably will work harder at something and be more dedicated to it than most. But as far as an advantage, I don't agree with that at all. I mean, Carolyn, when I met her, she had, I think she was getting paid $9 an hour. And I wasn't even doing that much better. I think I was making $23 an hour as a manager if I was being paid an hourly salary, 8 hours a day. But I was working 7 days a week, sometimes 16 hours a day. So, I mean, I wasn't getting hardly paid anything. So I don't think there was an advantage. And then I was in debt. That was the big thing. I was in debt when Carolyn and I met. And we had to focus all our efforts into getting out of debt. And when we did it, I mean, life just became so much easier. I mean, I've heard of people, getting some sort of insurance settlement and it just flows out of there like water. I've never had that kind of advantage. I mean, I'm going back to somebody saying I had an unfair advantage. I've never had any kind of luck like that where some big payoff. I was in a car accident one time and the insurance paid off. I got a lawyer. The insurance paid off. But the thing is there was 4 victims in this accident. And so let's say there was $100,000 available in his insurance insurance payout, whatever it was. So he paid out to the 4 victims. I think I ended up getting like, I don't know, $10,000. Well, of course I had hospital bills. I got laid off, so I was borrowing money. So I paid back the money I borrowed while I wasn't laid off. I couldn't work. I mean, I just had to quit. And so I had to pay back the money that I borrowed and the hospital bill, and by the time it was all said and done, I had nothing left. Now, if I'd have been in that accident by myself, I'd have got to $100,000 and I would have been $90,000 ahead. So, you know, that's the kind of thing I'm saying is I don't get advantage. I've never had an advantage. I've always had to struggle and scrape. And look what I got. I mean, I know that somebody's going to say out there, well, you don't have much. You got a little house and you work your butt off, and you get that. But this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. My truck, it's got 80,000 miles on it, runs like a champ. I mean, I never had any problems with the truck. It's paid for, the property's paid for, the house is paid for. Oh, you got taxes. That's the other thing I always hear, you got taxes. $23 a year is just more than I can stand. So no, I don't even have taxes. I don't have anything that's going to come and take my property away, take my stuff away. I have no chance of losing it. And so when you're keeping up with the Joneses, you're going to take a chance. When my ex-wife left, $50,000 in debt, I had nothing to show for it. I also had to go and I gave my daughter my car. I had to pay that off, and then I had to give that to her. That was part of the child support agreement. So if you'll check out my other channel, I'd really appreciate it. Hopefully we can grow that channel so I can keep this one running. So I hope I can inspire you to find happiness without lots of money. Thanks for watching.